And welcome into the Wheelhouse here on Elevation 280 Sports and Lifestyle, counting down the days until Christmas, Matt, as we are midway through. So it's basically a week from tomorrow. Well, it is a week from tomorrow. Basically a week from today.
Yeah.
We're not sure we'll be with you next Sunday as it is Christmas Eve. So we're just not sure on that. So I just love how only sound is coming through the right headphone, and it's driving me absolutely insane. But Matt, how are you this morning?
Oh, I'm going through some stuff. I'm pretty good. I'm getting over being sick this whole week, and I know you're still getting over being sick, so we're dealing with all that. But outside of this mumbo jumbo we got here on the good old I don't even know. I think I want to call this system whenever we come down here and start to do this show, like my stress ball, or not my stress ball, but my you know how in The Office when Stanley always got close to Michael Scott when he was stressed out and that little thing would go up, like this is similar to that, you know?
Yeah. Every time I come near this, always on Sunday mornings when we're about to do this, everything decides to
all the time
not do anything, and it's. So if you hear me or see me fiddling with stuff, it's because I'm about to pick it up and throw it out the window. That's what that means. So if I'm only coming out of one side of your speakers as well,
you sound good to me.
So that's what we got going on. But there is a lot going on. We're bringing back another holiday Christmas edition of This Date in Jerseys. We'll get into that here soon. Fire and ice. Not much cooking on the grill. Not much cooking on the fire side of things, but maybe we'll find something to plug into that. And how are you liking, Matt? Now football shifting to. I mean, we just couldn't get enough football on 3 days a week, and now we got football on 4 days. We got Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, basically taking over your entire weekend. I watched about 5 minutes yesterday, and that was about it. If you're local to Denver, it was a bad Saturday. Every team lost, so that was fun. But how are you enjoying now? Because we've talked about it all season long, Matt. Just football. I don't know what it is about football this season, but yeah, it's not consumable for me this season. I don't know what it is.
I'm in the same place. So as far as like I'm with you. I was at a basketball tournament all day yesterday, and you were calling basketball. So we had basketball on our brains yesterday, and I come home and I'm blown out from the day. I watched the first quarter of the Broncos game, and I could tell it was going to be one of those just stink games, those gross games that I wasn't interested in. But I haven't watched football at all outside of that quarter. I'm in the same boat as you are. The only way I consume football right now is I got that they had a Black Friday kind of Cyber Monday or whatever the heck you want to call it, deal with the NFL.com, and I picked that up. That's the only way I consume football anymore, because I can go in there and I can watch, the plays and stuff. So that's how I consume football. But I can't stand watching it. It's not as fun. Like the commercials, there's really everything starting to get annoyed with the football and the officials. Man, the officiating is just crazy anymore. So it's real. Football's not, like you said, it's not consumable. I'm in the same boat as you are. I think we're 100% in agreement on that.
Yeah. So we have that going on. Also, just go to e5280sports.com, our home base. Finally, some new articles are up there, and you can go and check those out as well. And yeah, so go to recent blog drops. They're all underneath that little section right there. And those are going to be from Andrew Murillo. So go check those out. Becky's Corner. She just sent in a new episode, so that'll be up here shortly. Fantasy Talk with Tom. His new episode is on the front page, so if you missed that, that is all up there. And of course, Between the Lines with Kim Baker, her latest episode is up there as well. But Matt, let's not further delay things. Let's get right into Fire and Ice. As once again, not much cooking, but I was able to scrunge up a few things. So let's get right into Fire and Ice.
It's now time for Fire.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
He's on fire.
I'm the only one a burning desire. Let me stand next to your fire.
And Ice.
Ice Cube, baby.
You're as cold as ice.
All right, Matt. Fire and Ice basically our top three Ice, top three Fire list kind of gets us going to start off the morning. Matt, where do you want to start this week?
Let's go Ice. Let's do our vegetables first.
Yeah, well, there is a lot on Ice, and number one, Matt, we kind of touched on this a little bit, but haven't really got into it much, and that is, well, there is a new big three. Well, I don't even know if you want to call it new, Matt, because they've been, I guess, a big three for about 4 or 5 months. And how about this, Matt? They've only played a total of 39 minutes together this season. Only about maybe a game and a quarter or something like that.
Yep.
But it is the Suns, Matt, the Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal finally got cleared to play a couple of days ago, and he made it through one game. Made it through one game, Matt. I think they even lost that game.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he has another ankle injury in game 2. And there's a nice picture of him. There you go. That's the only time they'll be suited up.
That's the only time you get them in the same place.
The only time they'll be suited up in uniform together. But Bradley Beal turns his ankle. I guess it's good news because they said he's only going to be out a couple weeks. But still, man, this big three has not – and the Suns are struggling anyway. Booker's missed a lot of time. I think Durant's the only one who's played all season long so far, which is weird because he's the oldest out of the three. But and he's a toothpick. You'd think he'd be the one getting hurt,
and he's had major injuries too in the past.
And he's doing fine, I guess. Knock on wood, I guess, for him. But yeah, Matt, only 39 minutes played together for the big three in Phoenix.
Yeah, it cracks me up. It cracks me up to still to see all this happen and go down with the Phoenix Suns, and there's still people that are saying that this team you can't count them out. They got to still be considered as one of the best in the West, and it's like they're not. How are we? And I understand the aspect or the mindset of let's get ready for the playoffs. Let's get everybody healthy because that's what everything it matters, right? But there is some of that continuity that needs to be that they need to play together. The Phoenix Suns aren't a bad team collectively. I would say as as far as a whole, they're better than they were last season, but they aren't as good as everybody's thinking that they are, because when you just add Bill to the mix and like he's going to be out longer. He's going to be out 2 weeks, right? That's this ankles are going to, he's got a back issue. He's got an ankle issue. That stuff lingers. That stuff keeps going and going and going. So he's going to be hurt. Booker's going to be hurt. I just don't buy it. I think we should just take the Suns as what they are and go with that to the season and quit putting this, they're one of the best teams in the West label on them, because they aren't, right? I don't think they're one of the teams that you can look at and be afraid of, and that they're going to do some of the playoffs. Could they win a playoff series? Sure. Yeah. But I just don't see why everybody's getting so excited about him. Bradley Beal's never did anything outside of being hurt. He was playing in the Eastern Conference. I mean, it's just, it just boggles my mind how they're still being thrown out as, a West contender, or a team that can really be seriously looked at is coming out of the West.
Yeah. So it's just crazy. Only 39 minutes played together. And that was only a game and about a quarter in the big three era down in Phoenix. So they're getting solar eclipsed by some injuries here. So yeah. And I think they lost even the game where all three of them played. Maybe I don't remember, but yeah, Bradley Beal only 39 minutes, and now he's hurt again, so he's gonna miss a couple more weeks. Number 2 on the ice list, Matt. Staying in basketball, the Detroit Pistons losing streak has now reached 22 games, Matt. 22 games for the old lowly Detroit Pistons. We all remember the Nuggets when the Nuggets played them.
Right.
The Nikola Jokic actually got ejected from that game as well. Nuggets ended up winning, but I don't know, man. I don't know what the Pistons can do from here on out. I mean, they're just I don't know what it is. I mean, they got a brand new coach this season. Obviously, that's not working out the way maybe people had thought, but this has just gotten from bad to worse.
It's crazy because I love the Pistons. You know, I loved what they coming into the season when they picked up Monty. I like Monty Williams. I think he's a great coach. I think Phoenix made a mistake by just dumping him and getting rid of him. And I had a lot of I was looking at the Pistons like one of those teams that are going to. I mean, you got Cunningham. You got one of the Thompsons brothers. Bogdanovich is on that squad. I mean, they're freaking loaded. Killian Haynes was looking at being one of those huge up and coming, guards in the league. I mean, there's so many. Monte Morris is over there, poor guy. You kind of look at him and be like, oh, poor dude. But I mean, they got the youth is there, and this is. I was like I said, I'm disappointed because I picked Detroit as one of those teams that would make that kind of like Oklahoma City jump that they did last year. Not what Oklahoma City's doing this year, but what they did last year, kind of make that jump into saying, hey, we got to look out for one of these teams in the future. So it's still young, I guess, in the NBA season. Like, what are they, like 21, 25? Like, it's crazy. So I think that Monty Williams, I just got to give them the season and see where they come out. But there's so much youth there. I know there's injuries and stuff that they're battling, but there's so much youth that can really. There's still players that can really do stuff there, and I just give them time to put them together. That's all I'm saying. But in right now, yeah, that's a big streak to deal with, and it's kind of it doesn't bode well for the prospects if you're looking to the future. But I think that they're still good and they're still going to be okay. But like I said, it doesn't give you good, like, confidence in this team can turn it around.
Yeah. So we will see what happens. 2-24, by the way, is their record. The
That's
Spurs
wild.
were on a similar path, and then they knocked out the defending champion Lakers the other day. So they are now 4-20. Couple teams, Matt, only have singular digit wins. The Spurs have 4, Portland 6, Memphis 6, Utah with 9. And in the Eastern Conference, obviously Detroit has only 2 wins, Washington only has 4 wins, and then Charlotte only has 7 wins. So there's still time to go on a run. Basketball is a game of runs, whether it's your record or in a game. So you have time. Although Detroit's dug themselves quite a hole to start off the season, so we will see where they come out on the other side. Number 1 on the ice list, Matt, we touched on this last week, but it is now coming to fruition, and that is we just mentioned them, the defending champion Lakers are going to raise a banner. They are going to do it, Matt. They are going to defy everybody, and we already caught a glimpse of it last week right there. Nice purple letters beat the Pacers in December. Pacers, by the way, are 14-11, so that's just a great accomplishment by the Lakers for beating them in December. And I saw this thing, Matt, too, where I think it was in the bubble where when the Lakers won the fake Western Conference championship over the Nuggets, and LeBron was just kind of sitting off to the side, wasn't celebrating the Western Conference champion. He knew then, I guess, that this was just kind of, it's kind
Fortuitous.
of BS. Yeah, kind of fabricated, just kind of, we're just doing this to get Well, obviously not to get the fans in the arena because no fans could be in the arena, but get the fans to watch something. Remember, sports was shut down.
Right.
We didn't have nothing for what 3-4 months.
We had nothing.
It was bad.
Yep.
And so he was just kind of sitting off to the side. And fast forward 3 years later, he's celebrating an in-season tournament where you beat the 14-11 Pistons like they won the NBA championship. So, and by the way, go to e5280sports.com as we just mentioned, and Andrew Murillo has a article up there about the in-season tournament, so go check that out as well. But they are going to do it, Matt. And I don't know if you heard what Charles Barkley said. Yeah, he said, "Arne, I'm gonna roast their ass on TV." So that's what nobody likes this except for apparently the Lakers.
That's exactly it. Nobody looks at it. There's no respect given to it. They look at it as it's like a participation trophy, a bunch of medals, a ribbon. Yeah, they don't look at it. I was watching or listening to one of those podcasts. I can't remember which one it was. I think Joe Smith was on it, I want to say. But anyway, they were really joking about this, and they were talking about, going back and Michael but they didn't even say Michael. They said, do you think Bird would be happy about this? Do you think Magic Johnson? You think Isaiah Thomas?
What if Kobe was on this? Do you think Kobe would want to raise a banner for this?
Well, Kobe said, so he was talking about God, there was some, I saw something too about that he was, they were asking him, would he do something to banner? He's like, no. Like he was very adamant, just like what you said. He was very adamant on it. So yeah. And along with this, like Anthony Davis and LeBron James are being, and I feel weird about this because I'm like defending Laker history, Laker lore. Like these guys are being thrust into the Mount Rushmores of the Lakers. They're being put in, because now I followed the Lakers when I was young, not by choice, because a lot of my family members loved the Lakers and we were always there watching them. So I understand the Lakers legacy. I understand what came before them. And then now you got Anthony Davis and LeBron James being thrusted into to this kind of Mount Rushmore just because they won this championship. Ever since they've won the IST, they've been, it should be the IBS, but the IST, and they won this championship. They're being looked at. It makes me sick. And I knew it was going to happen. I sound like a hater and a whiner, but I knew it was going to happen. And it's happening right in front of our eyes. And it makes for good sports entertainment. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like, oh man, it's sick to my stomach in most cases.
Yeah. And it's just fabricated, not gossip, but it's something, like you said, it's new. It gets us talking. And yeah, maybe, I don't know what they can do, the Lakers, to sell it. I don't even like saying to celebrate this, but maybe maybe just give out like bumper stickers or something. I don't know. You don't want to have
towel or IST towel at towel night, Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to they said they're going to raise the banner. It's going to be a different color from the other ones. I don't know. It's stupid.
Wouldn't that be funny if they did it? I don't know when the Lakers or the Nuggets go to LA and play, but wouldn't that be funny if they did it when they play the Nuggets?
Oh yeah.
You think about that? Or I don't know if that'd be like, because the Nuggets weren't even, they didn't even sniff that tournament.
No, they didn't care.
They didn't give a rip. And then did you see also too, I don't know if this is on the hot list, I might be jumping the gun, but Giannis chasing after the ball.
Yeah, that was funny. And
that was hilarious.
And then they gave it to some kid nobody's even heard of
that made his first basket or whatever. Yeah. Give me a freaking break.
Meanwhile, not only does Milwaukee win, but Giannis goes off for 64.
Exactly. I know.
By the way, Giannis greater than LeBron, in my opinion.
Yes, he's yes. I would say that right now.
And it's hard for me to pick anyone over Jokic even, but it's hard for me not to want to start a team with Giannis.
I agree. I agree 100%. You can throw out the shooting, the question marks. Yeah, but he still makes buckets, man. He still makes baskets. It's what everything else he does that is like, wow.
That dude literally gets the ball He gets a defensive rebound. Literally 5 strides later, he's dunking it.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
wild. It's
That's
wild.
that's why they call him the freak, I guess. So
The Greek freak. That's
there
not
you
just
go.
a salad dressing.
No, it's
Heyo.
not. It's a person. All right, let's shift over to the fireless Matt. Really not we couldn't really think of this. So maybe speaking of fabrication, we kind of threw some stuff on there. Again, we kind of touched on it, but NFL is moving to Saturdays. Obviously, uh, it's say what you will about baseball being America's pastime, Matt, but football is America's sport, and it's just everywhere now, Matt. Now we got Thursdays. We saw it on Friday during Thanksgiving. We saw it on a Friday night. Only one game. We
Yeah.
saw 3 games yesterday. Broncos obviously got their bleep pushed in, and it was hard to. I was watching basketball over football yesterday, and that wasn't again. If you're a local Denver fan, you were not happy because all 3 teams lost yesterday, so that wasn't good.
Right.
And so I guess this is why we put it on the fire list, Matt, is just because the NFL's everywhere now, and it's always going to be on fire for the foreseeable
Right.
future.
In my opinion, I think the NFL should be on Sundays. I'm old school, man. I'm old school. It should be Sundays and Mondays. Let me take that back. Sundays and Mondays. I like Monday night football. Monday night football. I love Monday night football. I think Saturdays are for college football and Friday nights are for high school football. Like that's what I think. I know that they have college football on Fridays and Thursdays sometimes. And because of the referee shortage, we have football on Thursdays and Saturdays, or high school football on Thursdays and Saturdays. But I think that the NFL, in my opinion, should just stay away from Fridays, Saturdays, Thursdays. They should get rid of Thursday games. We've only seen maybe one good Thursday night game, maybe two, but I know one good Thursday night game. The rest of them have been garbage. And then Monday night football, Sunday, Monday. Let's just go Sunday, Monday, and then let us wait. Like we're so wanting everything now. Let us wait. Let us get happy. Let us get prepared for the week. And I remember everybody's get excited for football parties, and hey, you gonna want to come over and watch the game, because it was a big deal because it was on one day. Now it's like, hey, you want to watch the game? Oh wait, it was Thursday. I didn't even know. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even know that this game was on Saturday, and I'm driving home and I'm listening to the AM stations I was trying to find you on the AM when I was driving home, and I came across like 8:50, and it was like, wait, there's a game today? Like I totally forgot about it. So yeah, it's fire. The football's everywhere, but the NFL in general, just go to Sunday, Mondays. I'm good with
Yeah,
not being on any other days.
pretty soon you can be like, hey, what are you doing Tuesday? Why?
Right.
Well, there's a 12 o'clock game afternoon
Hey, if
in Brazil.
oh yeah, and then they're going to be in Brazil
there
now,
is going
right?
to be a Brazil game, so
So that's going to happen. That's
Yeah.
going to happen. Yep.
So get ready
wild.
for that one. Number 2, Matt. This is kind of cool to see. Tiger Woods is back out and about playing golf, and you know his son is out there playing and doing things now.
That guy's a menace.
As a young buck, just like Tiger would. But how about this, man? Gets his daughter Sam now out there, and one of the first times, kind of in the, I don't want to say the spotlight, Matt, but kind of the first time she's out in public, she caddied for her dad, Tiger Woods, the other day. So that was kind of cool to see. So Tiger making it a family thing now, and yeah, inching towards seeing a lot more Tiger, Matt.
Oh yeah, and it's nice. I was watching that in the morning yesterday before I left, and I'm gonna probably, after I get done here, I'm gonna go watch it. Yeah, it's Tiger Woods he did come out and say that he is going to be try to play at least once a month. He looks great. I know they had him in carts yesterday because it was raining, so they had him in carts and had to get the round in. But when he's walking, he looks good. He played a couple weeks ago in his tournament, and he did kind of limp and stuff. But I mean, a lot of the golf media make too much about that, in my opinion. But he's there, and he also too in this tournament. Not only is Charlie Woods, real quick, if you're a fan of golf, look the hell out for him. This kid's 14, and he's playing the same tees he's playing one tee in front of the tips, which is what the pros play. So he's right there. He unleashed a 321-yard bomb yesterday off the tee. He's his skills and his mentals are there already, but he's still got a little bit of that punk kid in him, which is hilarious because he's a kid. But don't forget that John Daly and Big John and Little John are in this tournament too. And those guys are fun to watch, but a lot of good golf going on today with between family members, and the Coochers are putting on an absolute display of chipping and putting, and I'm excited to go watch it today. So yeah, Tiger's back, baby. Tiger's back, and golf's better with Tiger being back for sure.
There you go. All right, number one on the fire list, Matt. Don't know if you saw this yesterday, going back to the NBA, but Keegan Murray of the Sacramento Kings, man. How about this? 12 3-pointers in 3 quarters. 12.
Wow.
12 3-pointers in 3 freaking quarters. And I want to pull this up because this is what Steph Curry had to say about it. And I'm going to pull this up right now because it was kind of a funny reaction. So let's get Steph Curry.
13 from 3. You've
You
hit
what?
yeah, in the first 3 quarters. You've hit 13 in
How
the
many
game
finished
before. It's still going on.
He got hit with it. Clay hypothetically had 18 in Chicago if he would have stayed game. Is it still going on?
So kind of a funny reaction by Steph Curry there. So how about this, Matt, too? Steph Curry becomes and I had to comment on the stupid NBA's Facebook post because it's getting ridiculous about the highlights and the pictures that these social media pages are showing.
Yeah.
And you know me, man, I'm an in-game rage tweeter, in-game rage Xer, I guess, in-game rage just poster because and now they posted, I don't know, I think it's called Basketball Fever is the social media page on Facebook, man, and they posted a picture of Russell Wilson beating the buzzer when he was in OKC against the Nuggets, and then they show Gilgeous-Alexander yesterday with the game-winning shot, and they say same but different. I'm like, yeah, it's very different. And then I think the Score or Sportsnet or something. I think Sportsnet is like a Canadian sports thing, and then they all of a sudden posted about, I think because say Shea Gilgeous-Alexander from Canada, so they posted good night Denver, and I'm like, so I had to post on there, and I said good night, we're still sleeping with our rings. So anytime to beat you, when somebody beats the champs, people are going to go crazy over it. But anyway, going back to 3-pointer, Steph Curry now has 3,500 3-pointers, Matt. 3,500. And of course, the NBA was like, congrats to Steph Curry for hitting 3,500. First player ever to hit 3,500. I said, of course he's the first player to hit. Nobody has even 3,000 threes. So of course he's going to be the first player to hit 35. Like, come on, guys, be smarter. Be smarter.
Yeah. I love what Steph Curry does because of his size and how he's able to shoot the ball. He's always been a tremendous shooter, and he's probably the best shooter of this generation, but you still got Ray Allen, you still got Reggie Miller that you got to think about.
Well, Ray Allen only has 2,900 threes. So of course Steph Curry is going to be the first to 3,500 threes because nobody has 3,000 threes.
Yeah. Nobody's there.
Come on, guys. Let's be smarter about our posts.
You can't say, they're, and that's what I've noticed a lot with those. It's like you have to make it.
Catch them. I don't think anybody's going to catch them.
Yeah, unless that person hasn't been born yet. Maybe I don't know. But it's like it's the same thing like what LeBron's doing. His longevity is crazy, and you got to salute him to that, right? But like you said, they're throwing these numbers and the first to do this, the first to do that, blah blah. But he's like the first. He's 21 seasons in. Like nobody does that.
Of course. Well, of course he's going to be high in every stat list because he wants all the stats, Matt. That's why he's playing 21 years, and he wants to play with his kid. So
I understand that. Hey, and real quick, while you said that, Bronny can D, man. That kid can play some freaking. That's
Oh,
one
yeah.
thing I will say about LeBron James is his kids are legit freaking ballers. They're legit ball players.
Well, I hate it too. I hate that too because, of course, they put Bronny's first game at USC
Yeah.
and he had like 4 points, like 5 assists, and whatever, like 2 steals. And then, of course, they put Marcus Jordan in his first game at
Right.
University of Central Florida, and he had like 2 points, only 4 assists, and 1 steal. So you know what, where I'm going with that, man.
Right,
because
for
it's-
sure. I got disgusted at that too. But I was like, what I was saying was his defense. Like they could
Oh, I
play.
know. They said he's a really good defender.
Yeah, he could come in. He could come in the if he stays going, he could come in the league and play defense and be just fine and develop everything else. But yeah, I saw that too, and that's going to be compared. You're going to look at the comparisons like, well, where's Mike's kids? Well, where's this guy's? Where's this guy's kids? Blah blah blah, and it's just not that. That's not the same. You can be happy that you could say that this guy's kids are really good. You know, the apple didn't fall too far from the tree when the basketball side goes, and then other guys, it's no big deal. They're still successful in life, I'd imagine. Because
Yeah.
didn't Jeffrey Jordan bag Pippen's ex-wife or one of them, something like that?
Yeah, I think they're still together. So
Yeah,
he's already won in life.
Psh, you know,
Nothing but net there. So
nothing but net.
yeah. So
Poor
he's
Pippen.
winning.
Poor
Yeah.
Pippen. Poor
Yeah,
33.
Why aren't they putting the other Jordan kid up to Bronny?
That's what I would.
Next to, I don't know if her last name is still Pippen, but put him up with Lisa up there. And
That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Like compare the kids, and that would be my comparison. Oh, that's hilarious.
Why not?
But that's a lot of threes in a quarter, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, 12 threes is pretty good. So, yeah, that wraps up our fire and ice list. If you missed it, ice is the Suns' big three, only playing 39 minutes together. Pistons 22-game losing streak, and are the Lakers really, really hanging a banner for the IST win? It's a lot of people are calling it embarrassing, Matt. So,
I
we
think
are
we're all
too.
in agreement.
Yeah, fire list. Keegan Murray, you just saw there. Steph's reaction: 12 3-pointers. Didn't even play the fourth quarter. Tiger and his family out on the golf course, and of course NFL, just everywhere now. You just can't get enough of it.
You know what's funny about that? When this morning we were talking about the fire list and we were trying to come up with stuff, I was going to throw the golf at you, but you already had it, so it would have been. we were already thinking.
Well, and it actually is Lisa Pippen and Marcus Jordan. So that's the same Marcus Jordan.
So it's Marcus Jordan. I thought it was Jeffrey. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, so they're already comparing Marcus Jordan's college debut to Bronny's college debut. But Marcus Jordan did score and steal away Scottie Pippen's wife. So that's the steal we should be looking at.
Yeah,
that's the stat we should be looking at, Matt. So that's crazy to think. And not only was it a steal, Matt, he stole it away from one of the best defensive players that we've seen. So that's pretty crazy. So,
are you telling me that Pippen couldn't D up Marcus Jordan?
No, he not only got by him, and then he made the steal, poked it out of his hands even. So here's a picture, by the way. So yeah, he's won in life. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
He jacked his cookies. You think Marcus Jordan is going like that? You know, doing all the AAU, like you're too little, Pippen.
Yeah,
you're too small.
He's doing
or the head tap. The head tap.
Yep. Yeah, doing the Jordan shrug. That would be funny. He walks by Scottie Pippen at an event like. So. Yeah.
Oh, poor Pippen, man. Poor Pippen, dude. Poor Pippen.
That's why he's pissed off at everybody, dude. That's why he's. God. I think it's all because of that. That's why he's like, I could have won without Mike. Like I was,
And he's so bitter. He's so bitter, that poor dude, and because he adds fuel to the LeBron Jordan debate all the time. But I think people are starting to not like buy it because he's so bitter over everything, But it's just crazy. That poor dude, man. Poor Pippen.
Yeah, and he's too bad for that guy.
Poor Pip. Poor Pip.
Yeah, poor. You remember East Bay? Do you remember that magazine?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
had a
I got
subscription.
Yeah, I had a subscription too, and I got a pair of Pippins off that one time. The old Pips, the old Pip 33s.
That's where we get all the hot joints from East Bay. You get your red line, bat, and then your Kahoma glove, and then your hot shoes, hot new basketball shoes.
Yeah, I had the Pips, the Pip 33s. So there you go. All right, Matt. Let's transition right into our this date in jerseys, Matt. Usually we go by what this is. We'll pick our top 5 players who wore the number of the day, and this time we're doing. Well, last week we did our top 5 Christmas songs. So this week we are going to go with our top 5 Christmas movies, Matt. And this always sparks a debate, Matt, because some people are like Die Hard, Harry Potter, stuff like that. But and I cheated on my number 3, and you'll see why here in just a second. So let's get into this date in Jersey's Christmas edition.
It's now time for This Date in Jersey, where we pick the best athletes who wore the number of the day.
This date in history.
Well, the number's 555-905.
For God's sake, just give me the damn number.
I choose business ethics.
About 7 or 8.
There's 7.
1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, a 3, a 5, a 4, a 3, 2, a 2, 4, 6, 4, 2, 4, 7, 5, 7, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7.
That always gets me.
Speaking of Chandler, I still have not received my ugly Christmas sweater with Chandler on it.
Could it be any more late?
Yeah. Where's my Caitlin Clark jersey too? By the way, postal people.
Jeez.
What is this? Christmas time?
This Christmas? What are they doing?
Yeah, let's get this stuff together. I gotta rep Caitlin out here. Let's go.
Katie Pie. She's been going off lately.
Yeah,
man.
she had 39 points, 9 3-pointers yesterday, or the day before, whenever it was. That was
Friday. I think it's
insane.
Friday. Yeah, she's ridiculous. She's so good.
Yeah, unfortunately, she'll be playing in like Indiana or somewhere in the WNBA. So,
Or she could, yeah, probably. Or she could just go straight to coaching. Heck, man, she's smart. Anyway, yeah.
yeah. So number, we will. All right. Do you want to start things off, Matt? Because I don't know if I can find a. Well, we are on the internet, so I guess I can play it whatever kind of clip I want. We'll just parental advisory is preferred on one of my clips, Matt. But while I pull that up, why don't you get us going here?
All right, I'll start off. My number 5. Now, my number 5 and number 4 are, you could interchange them. I like the Christmas Carol, the Scrooge stories. So both of my number 5 and number 4 are very similar. But this one is got me at number 5, and I still watch this to this day with my family, and this is my favorite part. This is nostalgic, and it brings back so many memories for me. And well, here we go. It's the Muppet Family Christmas.
Why do you come to me?
We're Marley and Marley, avarice and greed. Took advantage of the poor, just ignored the needy. We specialized in causing pain, spreading fear and doubt.
I mean, that's just one of my favorite overall movies as far as Christmas time goes. It's nostalgic. Remember how we talked about last week about the songs being nostalgic? It reminds me of Christmas. This is one of those things that remind me of Christmas, and they've always reminded me of Christmas. And just this song, like I'll sing this the entire month with my kids, Marley and Marley. Did you ever watch this?
Oh yeah, all the time.
And there's other one-liners, the mice in the beginning. It's like they're freezing and they just want them to put the fire on, and that whole incident in the front with I almost called him Gizmo, but Gonzo, and then who else? Like there's you got Miss Piggy. I mean the whole gang's in there. So that's my number 5. It's Muppet Christmas, and like I said, number 5 and number 4 have that same theme to it with the Scrooge theme.
All right, my number 5, man. Again, I have not pre-screened these clips, and so I don't know if it's going to be appropriate or not. So we'll see where this takes us. I haven't pre-screened these, but number 5 on my list, Matt, is Bad Santa, and with Billy Bob Thornton and the little Thurman Merman kid. Do you guys want some sandwiches? So again, I don't know where this is going to lead us, but here you go.
You're that kid. The fuck are you doing here?
There you go, man. Let's end it there.
Well, that was right off the bat, huh?
Yeah, that was. We'll just get that started. So parental advisory is required. We'll put that in the when we post this on Spotify as well. But oh man, Bad Santa, Matt. That one's hilarious. And if you haven't seen it, go check it out. There's a Bad Santa 2. It's not as good. And it features the late, great Bernie Mac and the late, great John Ritter. This was John Ritter's last movie, by the way. Bernie Mac is hilarious in it. So go check that out. The kid is absolutely hilarious as well. He's always making sandwiches. And yeah, so go check out Bad Santa. It's funny.
I do enjoy that one.
It's rated R if you haven't noticed.
Oh yeah. I when I first time I saw that, I laughed my butt off, and it was well, like you said, Bernie Mac's character in that is pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's the head mall security guard. John Ritter is like the manager, the mall manager, I guess. So it's funny.
That's a good one. My number 4 is like I said, it's another edition of the Christmas Carol, and this again, nostalgia, right? Nostalgia. Bill Murray, one of my favorite actors of all time, and Scrooged.
Leave me alone. I know this one. Everybody knows this one. Let's go now. Yeah, does everybody know this one? Frank, we're fighting again. Let's not fight anymore.
I mean, that's just like I said, it's just one of my that scene, and there's plenty of other ones. Bill Murray doing the slapstick stuff. She's in there. I can't remember her name, the actress, but every movie she's been in, it's kind of that kind of deal. So, yeah, that's Scrooge for me. Again, there's so many scenes and one-liners that I remember watching in that movie, and it's just it hits me whenever any Christmas time I gotta watch Scrooged again.
All right, my number. I will admit, Matt. By the way, never seen Scrooged.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. You gotta go see that. You gotta watch it.
All right, number 4 on my list, Matt. Cheesy as can be, but they don't make them like this anymore. Matt. My number 4 is Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. And here's a little clip.
Kinda. Just get out of here. Okay. But I'm going first, buddy. Ah! Better luck next time, loser. 3. Hey! Hey!
So there you go, Matt. Jingle All the Way is my number 4 with Arnold and Sinbad. I mean, Sinbad was so funny in the 90s, man. Did concerts, comedy shows all over the place. Has not been in the limelight in a very long time, but Sinbad was always hilarious. Also, the late great Phil Hartman was in that movie as well before his wife killed him, and he was always trying to get it on Arnold's wife in that movie. So as you see there, they're trying to get a toy for their kid, same toy.
Terrible Man. It's Terrible Man.
Yeah, no
spoilers.
Says,
Turbo Man.
Yeah, you got to get the Turbo Man. So there you go. Arnold. That was a good team. That was a good team put together.
That was a great movie, and that's like number 6. That's number 6. Like I tried to get it in there, but the top 5, it's number 6 for me. But it could be in the top 5. It really could, because I love that movie too. There's slapstick stuff. I like the slapstick stuff, which is funny because one of the greatest movies that slapstick involved isn't even in my top 5, but it's that I enjoy that movie too. That's one of my favorite movies that I got to watch a lot. My kids, it's tough to get them to. I haven't caught on to that one yet. But the Santa, when he fights all the Santa Clauses, that was great because you got Paul White, who's the Big Show back then. He's a wrestler, but he was in that movie. Tom Arnold's in that movie. I don't know if you said Tom Arnold already, but and then he turns into it's a great that's a great Christmas movie. Great Christmas. I'm glad you had it on the list because I was afraid. I wanted to get it on there somewhere.
All right, Matt, you're number 3.
Number 3 for me is going to be now this one. I grew up watching Home Improvement, Tool Time. I love Tool Time, and as soon as Tim Allen was in a Santa Claus movie, you had me. One of my favorite scenes right here because you go in and you see he's going to Denny's because he burnt the turkey, right?
Yeah, he's not prepared to make Christmas dinner, by the way.
No, he was not prepared at all.
What are you talking about? Everybody likes Denny's. It's an American institution.
And then it shows you like the people that are going to be in there are business people, right? And then other fathers just like him.
Turkey. Oh yeah.
I want to see this part and then I'll shut it down. But when there's all the dads,
right over there.
It's funny because I never noticed like there was like the failed dad Christmas section of the restaurant.
It's so they all look depressed. Yeah, and he's burned his hand. It's just hilarious. I was watching when the Broncos started to go through their stuff. The Santa Claus 2 was on last night, which is very good too. That's a very good one as well.
The third one was I like Martin Short as
the third one. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was kind of suspect there. By the way, that's my number 2. By the way, was the original Santa Claus. So I'm not gonna play another clip from the.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm fine with it. Though. I'm in for it.
That's my number 2. But my number 3. How about this? Because that was my number 2, I'll switch it up. My number 3 and I guess my new number 2 are from the same franchise, Matt. And this is where I said I was cheating a little bit because at number 3 I have Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. And one of the best scenes comes from the second Home Alone, Matt. Here we go.
Right there. This is the concierge, sir.
I knew it was you. I could smell you getting off the elevator. You was here last night, too, wasn't you?
Yes, sir. I was.
You was here.
How about a young Rob Schneider, by the way?
Yep. This movie was loaded with guys too, with actors too.
Tim Curry, by the way, who is the original Pennywise the Clown right there.
Yep.
Leo, little Mo with the gimpy leg.
Cliff.
Cheeks, Bony Bob, Cliff.
Sorry, I know this is long-winded, but
I'm in.
Yeah.
It's a lie. I could go on forever, baby.
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I'm afraid you're mistaken. We're looking for a young man.
All right. I believe you. But my Tommy gun don't. Get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
On your knees? I love you.
You gotta do better than that.
I love you.
Maybe I'm off my hinges, but I believe you. That's why I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna give you to the count of 3 to get your lousy, lying, low-down, 4-flushing carcass out my door. 1, 2.
One of the classic lines coming up here too.
Oh man.
3. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Filthy animal.
Well, and then he comes back in from the stairwell. And,
Yeah,
you
he
know,
comes.
always
Yeah,
says, and a happy new year.
that and it's crazy because I couldn't get those ones. I think the biggest reason why those two movies didn't make, at least one of them didn't make my top 5, was because my kid is, I think that's like a family top 10. My youngest, well, both of my sons, they love Home Alone, and they've watched it at least about 10 times between since, I want to say, October and now. Like, it went from Ghostbusters to Home Alone. Like, it's on just replay. I'm not joking. My kid watched it this morning. He watched it this morning. So I love Home Alone, and another slapstick stuff. And then you got the one with the pizza boy in the first movie.
Oh
Tremendous,
yeah,
tremendous scene.
yeah. And by the way, it's always crazy to think that the Harry, was it Lloyd and Harry? They're or is that, or am I thinking of Dumb and
That's
Dumber?
Dumb and
Do
Dumber.
they have the same name though?
Well, there's Harry, and there's what's
I'm pretty sure it's like the
what's
same names.
what's Pesci's name? Is it Harry?
I think it, because doesn't he say Harry, I'm coming in or something like that?
I think he does say Harry, I'm coming in. Oh, we got it. Hey, look that up. Get
Yeah.
our guy on that.
Yeah, I'll end up doing it. I don't know. By the way, did you know that Macaulay Culkin, by the way, just got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
I saw that.
Did you know his younger brother Kieran was in the movie too? He was the little kid who drank all the soda, had the glasses. That's Kieran McCulkin, by the way.
That kid played his part too. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Marv and Harry.
Marv, there it is.
Yeah.
So Marv's the tall guy, Harry's the smaller one.
Marv is Daniel Stern, who's also in one of our other favorites, Angels in the Outfield. So
love that one.
Yeah,
God, I love that movie.
So, and by the way, these guys, Marv and Harry they would be dead. By the way, if this were, you get hit with a paint can, fall down a flight of stairs, you get hit with an iron to the face. I mean, these dudes were tough. We'll say that.
They were tough, and they kept coming back. They were back in the second movie doing this, getting beat up again.
Yeah, they would make it in the NFL.
The Wet Bandits.
Yeah, and then they became the Sticky Bandits.
The Sticky Bandits, the Wet.
They were the Wet Bandits in the first movie because they would flood the houses.
Yep.
They became the Sticky Bandits in the second one. But yeah, both of them classics, both of them good. John Candy, by the way.
John Candy, yes.
Great, just a great actor too, funny guy.
Cameo.
And by the way, I don't know if this has just like come out, by the way. And when Kevin went on his little shopping trip, like he spent like, I don't even know what it was, like $16 or something. They compared it to now, and it would be over $100 on what he spent.
Those little army men probably put him over the limit, huh?
Yeah. So,
jeez,
yeah,
that's wild.
Crazy.
I've been seeing stuff too, like going on, like the questions about what did his dad do that he could afford that house and to send everybody.
Drug dealer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, I always thought about that too.
What about number 2, right?
Yeah, you're on number 2.
I'm on number 2. Number 2 for me is good old fashioned Christmas Vacation. Now, there's so many scenes and so many things from this. And again, for me, you're probably saying, oh yeah, everybody's got this movie up there, but this is nostalgia, big time nostalgia for me. There's so many scenes in this movie that are great, but this is one of my favorites. This is absolutely one of my favorites because it's just not only is it Christmas, but it embodies like everything in the corporate world. You know what I mean?
Clark. That's Bill, sir.
Are you the one who was working on that non-nutritive cereal varnish?
Yes, sir.
I've got to give a speech to a trade group. I'd like to mention it. Write up a brief summary and have it to me by the end of the day.
My pleasure.
Layman's terms, none of that inside bullshit jargon that nobody understands.
He's a great boss, head figure. He was in Wayne's World. Remember, he was Noah's Arcade owner.
Oh,
yeah.
We got your Christmas card the other day, and my family and I are very flattered that you remembered us. Corporate cards.
Here we go. This is long-winded too, but the part, if you know what a part I'm talking about, you'll see it.
Bill. Yes, sir.
This part right here.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.
I mean, there's so much stuff in that movie that I could have like. There were so many that I could have put in there, but that was one of my favorite right there.
My number two is already kind
I
of
love
covered.
that movie.
Yeah, my number two is already kind of covered, Matt. So I'm not going to. It was the Santa Claus, by the way, the original. Have you watched?
We could have, yeah.
Have you watched the Santa Clauses on Disney
I've
Plus?
watched the
series
first.
now?
I did watch the first season, yeah, and I was impressed with it. I mean, I was okay. I haven't watched the second season yet, but I did watch the first season, and I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Second season features, by the way, Gabriel Iglesias, funny comedian guy.
Oh, that's fire!
And
That's
also,
fire. Fluffy.
what's his name? Eric. I forgot his last name. He played one of the guys in Modern Family. Eric Stone Street.
Oh yeah. He's the bad guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in that as well. So it's pretty good second season.
He's a great actor too. Stone Street.
And Mrs. Claus is still fire, by the way. I forget her name.
Yes.
She got her name in Lost. She made it big in Lost. She was part of the others. The very gorgeous blonde. I forget her name, but she remember that's why he had to leave the North Pole to find a wife. And yeah, now she's in the series as well. I'm glad they're keeping continuity, by the way.
Right. Me too.
Yeah, always good for that. All right, my number two is the Santa Claus, so we already played a clip from that. My number one, Matt. So we're skipping your number one. We'll obviously get to it, but we're gonna skip to my number one because my number two is the same as your number 4, 3, whatever
3.
It was. Yeah,
Yep.
3. My number one.
We were right there. We were right there too.
Yeah,
right,
my number one, Matt, which is probably a lot of people are on the fence about this one, Matt. It's almost one of those ones you either hate it or you love it. My number one, Matt, is of course Will Ferrell in Elf, and this is a funny scene, Matt, because it has Peter Dinklage, by the way, who obviously got made his name in Game of Thrones. He's been in a lot of stuff, Matt. But here you go. My number one is Elf.
I've got about 5 or 6 great starts here. I got one idea that I'm especially psyched out of my mind about. You know, it's one of those ideas where you're just like, yes!
Great. Could we hear it?
R.I.P. James Caan, by the way, too.
Right. Yes.
I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it.
Buddy, not now. Can you please go back to the pit? I'll come visit you in a little while, okay?
I didn't know you had elves working here.
Boy, you're hilarious, my friend.
He doesn't. Get back to the story, please.
So, on the cover above the title.
Does Santa know that you left the workshop?
You know, we're all heads off.
Did you have to borrow a reindeer to get down here?
Buddy, go back.
Call me Elf.
Jack,
one more time.
I get more action in a week than you've had your entire life. I've got houses in LA, Paris, and Vail. Each one of them with a 70-inch plasma screen. So I suggest you wipe that stupid smile off your face before I come over there and smack it off. You feeling strong, my friend? Call me Elf one more time.
You're an angry elf.
He's an angry elf.
All right, there you go.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, my number one is, of course, Elf. There you go.
Yeah, that one is that doesn't have a lot of nostalgia for me, you know. So it's in my top 10, but it was hard for me to put on there because all of my top 5 took over nostalgia. But it's funny. There's so many scenes like when he's drinking the Coke, and then he burps real loud, and then he does the Santa. You're not Santa. You sit on a throne of lies. You know that whole scene is great. So there's that. It's a great movie. It's a great Christmas movie to watch.
Zoe Deschanel also.
Thumbs up for me there. My numero uno is, prototypical. I don't have a lot of surprises. I don't know. Maybe Scrooge is a surprise, but it's a Christmas story. It's the freaking Christmas story. This goes on, and I don't know if you like this movie, Mike.
No, I do not. Actually.
Okay. Well, then you probably didn't watch part 2, right?
Haven't seen it.
Because part 2 is not bad. I was going to say part 2 is not bad. But anyway, this scene leads into the everybody's favorite scene that when they get to the actual wait, it's not that scene. I pulled up the wrong scene. Anyway, we're gonna go with this one. This one's one of my favorite scenes in this Christmas story. Wait, hold on. Why is it not? I don't know what happened. Sorry. I thought I knew how to write this. Here we go.
Look at that kid eat. Where's my screwdriver, my plumber's helper? I'll open up his mouth and I'll shove it in.
Randy,
My mother was more subtle.
how do the little piggies go?
My 5-year-old
Right.
does not
Oink,
eat, and
oink.
we tried
Now,
to do
show
something
me how the
similar to
piggies
this
eat.
with him.
This is your trough.
So this kind of has like a
Show
little
me
mix
how
of
the piggies
nostalgia and real life
eat. Good boy. Show
things
mommy
with
how the
me.
piggies eat.
Hilarious. Hilarious. So that one's number one for me. There's just so much nostalgia in that movie. There's so many one-liners. You'll shoot your eye out. Meatloaf, beatloaf, double beatloaf. I hate meatloaf. That one. Electric Sex that's when that was in with the leg in the window. So there's so many one-liners, and it's such a good nostalgia movie for me. So that's number one for me because
By the way, oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just saying I watch that movie every single. I'm like my kids. I'll watch that movie 100 times during the season, and I won't even care. I'll just keep watching it.
By the way, the dad in A Christmas Story, Darren McGavin, was the dad in Billy Madison.
He was
there you
Billy. I remember that. That's a good pull up too. When he was kind of the same deal when Billy was eating his soup. Remember?
Yeah.
Billy, no. What do you say? No gibberish at the table.
Yeah. Yeah, so I noticed that right away. I was like, God, that guy looks familiar.
Yep.
And he is very familiar. He is the dad in obviously Billy Madison. So there you go. And if you see my screen moving, it's because I'm still fiddling over here with these sound. I sound weird through my headphones. It is just.
The bugging you? I bet it's bugging you.
Yeah, it is just driving me crazy. By the way, Matt, I want to give a shout out to this Instagram page. And since we're a parental advisory show today, by the way, I wanted to, I don't know if I guess I can share this. This is hilarious, Matt. And I want to, hold on. Let me share it. So this Instagram page is called There I Ruined It. And they like take AI generated voices, I guess. And let me just share this because I can't get this out of my head now, but here you go, Matt. Let me pull it up here.
To the window, to the wall, till the sweat drops down my balls, until all these bitches crawl. Ah, skeet, skeet, goddamn. Getting crunk in the club she's working. I like to see them females twerking, taking their clothes off, bucking naked. ATL ho, don't disrespect it. 3, 6, 9, damn she fine. Hoping she can sock it to me one more time. Bring your ass right over here, ho, and let me see you get low. To the window, to the wall.
That's great.
I found that, man. I could not stop listening to it.
I'm gonna go find that. I'm gonna go and follow them.
Yeah,
That is great.
I had to close it because there's a pretty hardcore MFR at the end.
Skeet. Yep.
So that's the new Christmas song right
I
there.
like it. I'm in. I like it. And see, I was gonna ask you too, because we said movies, but like I could have thrown the Benihana Christmas in there too in my top
like
5.
certain episodes, yeah.
Yeah, I could have
If we
done
do
that.
if we do a show next week, it will be on Christmas Eve, or maybe we could pre-record it or something. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do Christmas episodes.
That'd be good because there's a lot in show like Family Matters. Remember, there's so many we could get into. Friends,
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Well, they don't really celebrate Christmas per se, but we could do. What is it called?
It's oh gosh, I know.
I forgot
Festivus.
now.
I have the shirt. Isn't that here coming up pretty soon? That I think that's like the 22nd or the 21st or 20th or something like that.
funny thing too is I've been re-binging The Big Bang Theory. They got some funny Christmas episodes.
They do. They
so
do.
There you go.
That's a great show, man. The Big
Oh,
Bang Theory is a great show.
It's in my top 5 shows that I could rewatch all the time. We should do
I
that
agree.
as a list too. Shows that you could just re-binge and not care. Who knows?
I mean, we could just start with number 1, right? I mean, I don't know. Is it The Office?
Yes.
Yeah, we could just start with number 1 right
Yeah.
there. with
Well,
this.
top 5, no particular order, Matt. Office, Friends, Big Bang. Ooh. I get stuck there, I guess.
I'd go Office number 1, Home Improvement number 2, Married with Children number 3, and then 4. Yeah, I'd have to think about there.
I go nostalgia. I go Boy Meets World.
Oh, that's a good one. Seinfeld would have to be in my top 5 too.
You know, did I tell you when I just literally first watched the whole series
Yeah.
all the way through?
Yeah.
So
Because I think I saw I was talking to I don't know if it was last year or a year before. I think it was when it was in the bubble. Remember we were in the bubble, and I was going off about
we had to binge shows.
we had to binge shows, and I was watching Seinfeld again, and then I watched the Bubble Boy episode, and then do you remember that one? He lives in a bubble.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah,
that was
they always went over to visit him and screwed something up.
and as a matter of fact, that scene had the boss from that I just played from the from Christmas Vacation. He was in that.
dad.
He was the dad in that
Yeah.
scene. Man, that's
He also
crazy.
didn't he do the voice of? Because he died, didn't he? Though
I'm not sure. I wouldn't be shocked if he did. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
he did the voice of the pig in Toy Story.
No, that was
Oh no,
Cliff
that was the
Clavin
dude
from
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, that was him from Cheers. That was
Yeah.
John. Wasn't it John Rattenberg or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I always call him Cliff Clavin.
Yeah.
Hey, I could probably put
Cheers?
that, even though I was young, I could probably put that in my man. Let's do that. Top shows. Yeah, let's do that. That'd be
some
fun.
point, yeah.
At some point.
Yeah, maybe after. Yeah, if we do a show next week, maybe we'll do top 5 Christmas episodes from shows. Yeah, there's a lot of them. You said
Bunch.
Benihana Christmas. There's what was that other one they did where they had to take away certain the 3 white sheets. So you can have
Oh.
the camels out, but you can't have the
Yeah, that was
You can have
the
the 3 wise men.
Moroccan Christmas.
Moroccan
or-
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they brought in the tree, and then they had to take the tree back out.
Yeah, and then that the one I can't remember which one it was called, but when Michael got upset because Phyllis was Santa, it was the dual managers,
Yeah.
it was the co-managers.
It's like, happy birthday, Jesus! Sorry, your
Yeah.
party's so lame.
He was calling her Tranny Claus.
Yeah.
And then Kevin
Then
sit on his
sits
lap.
Yeah. By the way, watch the bloopers of that scene. Like literally, BJ Novak, who plays Ryan, literally had to leave. Like you see him duck around the corner because he could not stop laughing. Right, and that's in the scene. That's the only good shot they got. Is him literally? Jim had to leave the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's funny.
Into Jesus instead.
Yeah. He dressed as- by the way, that just came out as a Funko Pop. By the way, $200. $200. That's a rare one, a rarity.
Oh my God, I would if I was in that deal, I would pull on that one.
By the way, you can obviously see behind me that
You're loaded.
oh, that's not even a quarter of them. So
Oh man, my kid has my oldest has because he plays Apex Legends or no, they're Star Wars. He's got Star Wars ones, but I think they took him out of the box. So
did you maybe watch YouTube with them, and then there's a whole bunch of, I don't want to call them rumors or whatever, but if you cut the head open, there's supposed to be like stuff inside the head.
Really?
So maybe if you get a duplicate by mistake or whatever, you can cut the head open, and there's supposed to be like fake brains or like
Really?
Yeah, they put stuff in them.
Well, I would imagine that the especially my youngest, the longer they play with them, it's about to break. So we can probably see it naturally.
Yeah. You could.
But yeah, it was funny. He got that for Christmas last year, and he got it from his uncle, my brother. And he even told me, he goes, "Don't, those are collectors. Don't open them." 2 weeks later, I come downstairs, they're all open.
Yeah. So I have excuse me, I have a duplicate Lloyd Christmas in the orange.
Oh, awesome!
In the orange tuxedo. It's at my desk at work, but I'm always tempted. Even one of the coworkers is like, "Hey, cut it." Even's like, "Cut it open. Let's see what's inside the head." But yeah,
that would be interesting.
When I drove more, it was I taped it to the dashboard of the truck, and now
nice.
it's sitting on the desk. But
I bet you that one probably have something in it.
It might, but that's the only duplicate that I have. So I was tempted to do it, but I did not do it. So there you go. That's gonna do it for us. Hope you enjoyed the another Christmas edition of This Day.
That was fun.
In jerseys. Again, if we do next week, we may pre-record or something like that, because next week is Christmas Eve, so there's a lot of Festivus family type stuff going on. So we will see where we are next week. But yeah, go to e5280sports.com to get everything you need right there. New articles are up, new podcasts are up, video and or audio. So go to the video vault, go to the audio vault, and go to you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Spotify page as well, and you'll get all the notifications when a new episode is posted. And go to all the social medias as usual: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, as well as YouTube in there as well. But that's gonna do it for us, man. Any final thoughts before we head on out of here?
That was fun. I had a blast doing the Christmas movies and thinking about them and stuff. I mean, I was rebuilding my internet. We were doing that all week last week. Well, I didn't have internet until Friday last week, so I should have some shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Huh?
So that's always fun.
Oh, dude, it was horrible because my wife works from home too, and she had to go. It was a freaking nightmare. My kids were acting like they were in the Stone Age, like having panic attacks, And
it's funny, yeah, because that's how I am now. If something does not go at the speed of light, it's going out the window at the speed of light, because I just do not have patience anymore. Which is weird, because we grew up with none of this.
None of it. I know. It's crazy. So yeah, I'll have some shows this week. So last week sucked because I couldn't get there. I couldn't record nothing, and then I used up all my data on my phone, because when it goes to that, I use up my data. So it was everything slow on my phone.
You get free nights and weekends though.
Yeah.
Remember those
days?
Do that?
I was gonna say, do they still? Is this 2005?
I know, that was crazy. That was a crazy time.
Call me past 7 o'clock. Call me past 7 o'clock.
Yeah, and free nights and weekends.
Don't call me before.
Yeah, put me in your top 5 too, by the way.
Right, because you could text for free and stuff. Oh my gosh, kids will never know. They'll never know.
No, never. Crazy. By the way, I saw this meme that said it said phone booth in like 1993 was the actual phone booth, and then it said phone booth 2023, and it was a picture of a toilet.
Oh jeez,
that's
so
true.
freaking true.
That's true. Yeah, that's your phone booth nowadays.
Did you ever have to call to get picked up from somewhere, and you call collect and you just say, "Pick me up. I'm ready. I'm here." And
never did that. I always had to use I don't know if
calling cards.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it was like I had to use like the Skate City phone,
Mm-hmm.
or not a pay phone. I guess the pay phones. Probably a couple times had to use a pay phone, but again, that's when you knew people's. You had to memorize people's numbers,
right?
Too.
Right. You had to know. Yeah. Now I don't know anybody's number.
I know. There's like three. There's like 3 that I know because they still have the same number for when I had to call as a kid. So.
And then like if you put, so I have people in my phone book with different names, and if I forget, like, what did I put him under? Oh crap! And I don't remember his number.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't even remember my number, and they're like,
exactly.
So then I have to go into my phone and look at my own number.
They're like, what's your number? And I'm 7.
Is it a 303, a 720, a 970, a 701?
Yeah, they don't know. They'll never know. They'll never know what it's like to go like this and pick up a phone, like, to pick it up, like.
I know.
And watch out for the cord. Don't fall over the cord.
You can only go so far with the cord, and then you had you could conference call people. You always had like talking to 3 friends and stuff.
The 3-way call, yeah. Hold on. Let me go get Jimmy. Let me put him on 3-way.
You got to push flash. Flash was the button you pushed. Remember, you had to, and then call waiting. Well, we
Yep.
still have call waiting, but I remember that was a huge thing when it
Oh, it was huge.
was introduced.
And then the star 6-9 to see who called
Yeah.
you, and they call you right back. And then
And now your phone is like potential spam, and you're like, screw that person.
right, you're not answering it. Caller ID, yeah. Oh, it's great. It's
There you
freaking
go.
great.
I remember the first caller ID my parents got was like this huge box with a little screen on it.
Yeah, and it would say it would
Yeah,
flash across. You'd have to wait for it to go across to
Yeah.
see who it was. Yeah,
and it went like really slow across the screen.
yeah. I remember that too.
All right, as we are, it's just been a nostalgia day.
Nostalgia, yeah, for sure.
That's all.
I guess there's football on today. Yeah, you gonna watch any football? The Packers. I got to see what time the Packers play. I'm gonna watch it because they're still in a playoff hunt. So I'm gonna watch them. But I might watch college basketball. To be honest, today I think they got a lot of games today.
There you go. But that's going to do it for us here on the Wheelhouse. Again, go to our social media pages. Go to e5280sports.com is our center hub there. But that's going to do it for us here on Elevation 5280 Sports and Lifestyle. For Matt Mascarenas, I am Michael Spillman. We will maybe talk to you next week. If we don't, please have a wonderful Christmas, wonderful holiday, whatever you celebrate. And we'll see you soon.